Now, to further discuss the 35 Confession Buddhas and their depiction in art, a question has come up about color. Well, we have three main systems. We have the sort of gestures-only system. We have the Nagarjuna system, attributed to a Nagarjuna, and then we have the Tsongkapa system. Now, for the Nagarjuna system, there is instructions as to what color each of the Buddhas are and what their names are, and there are texts which describe what appears in the hands, what the hand attributes are. So those texts are out there. For the Tsongkapa system, Tsongkapa himself, he actually relied on earlier systems, but his system is actually based on his own meditation experience. So it's actually a pure vision or daknang. And he borrows some of the Buddhas from the Nagarjuna system, and the majority of the Buddhas are actually gestures only. And there are consistent colors found in art. So I have not actually read a text by Tsongkapa where he or his students have written commentaries and stipulated what colors go with which Buddha. So, but the art is consistent, and it's unlikely they're all copying from each other. So therefore there are texts likely out there which stipulate specific colors for the specific Buddhas. Now, for the gestures only seems to be an earlier system and a very basic system. An early text is by Saki Pandita, where he's describing how one should visualize the 35 Confession Buddhas. And he describes it as the 35 Buddhas divided up between the five Buddha families, or the five symbolic Buddhas, or the five Buddhas of the directions. And as they're divided, then they're also divided according to what hand gestures are performing. So if it's Vajrayana, then it's a Dharma teaching gesture. If it's Amitabha, then it's the earth witness gesture. If it's Amitabha, then it's with the hands in the meditation in the lap. And then the colors follow the hand attributes. This also appears to be very consistent in art, following the Saki Pandita description. So we do have conventions, and we have examples in art. Now, we do have to remember that the sutra, the Confession Buddha Sutra, is a Mahayana text. So it is very unlikely that in India, when this text was being recited, that people were bringing in Vajrayana concepts of the five directional Buddhas or symbolic Buddhas. So it's more likely that Saki Pandita is just adding a Vajrayana variation to a general visualization. So now, a note on the Nagarjuna system. It's important to remember that it's considered by a number of different teachers in history to be a spurious text. Now, spurious meaning here that the author is likely not Arya Nagarjuna, of the famous Buddhist philosopher. It's possible it's a different and a later Nagarjuna, and then some teachers believe that, well, because there's such a confusion about all this, then maybe it's just spurious and it should just be left to the side and not followed. But in many temples and many locations in Tibet, we do have murals for this Nagarjuna system, and it is followed and it is practiced by many. But I have yet to see really the consistency in who's following it. Is it more Gelugpa? Is it more Nyingma? Is it more Sakya? Is it more Karma Kagyu or Drukpa Kagyu? So I've not been able to really identify a consistency with who's really following it. What we do know is that Tsongkapa system and its color scheme is followed by, generally, by the Gelug system, and the Saki Pandita system of hand attributes, hand gestures only, is generally followed by Sakya and Sakya-related traditions. So there's just an update on the colors of the Buddhas for the 35 confession Buddhas.